sometimes life be whooping us. Sometimes life really just be mollywalking us. Like they have us down. They're talking about, and it really. And I'm just like I have a concussion. I'm just like, ooh, like I'm seeing birds twirling over my head, dizzy as hell. But you know what? The thing about it is, I'll admit, life be whooping my ass. But there's only so much whooping it could do, because the more I get whooped, the more I learn, the more I sit there and I think about countermeasures. I think about that get back, how I'm gonna come back, and every time I get back, now it's my turn. Come on, life. Put your head up. I mean, I'm fighting back. Now we're both fighting each other, but you know who's winning this time? I'm winning. Life could kick your ass, but you just gotta learn how to fight back, is what it is. And me again. Sometimes I really do like let just my thoughts and just like everything going on like truly get the best of me, to the point where I just wanna like sit down and surrender to the earth and become one with the ground and just sit there and lay there and just I don't want to say die, but like that is how I feel sometimes. I don't feel bad for saying it. But right now I could say that I'm getting further away from those thoughts, which is very good, because again, um I was beating myself up. Like I was just thinking about everything, focused so much on the negative that I forgot like the beautiful and the good parts that existed. And then when I started seeing it and, well, getting back to myself and just like the positivity and being a good person again, it's when again I pick up, and that's my countermeasure. It's just like I see what I'm going through, and I do like I said, I do let life just like whoop me for a little bit until I get up, because I no longer want to have to do it anymore. I don't want to have to get my ass beat anymore. Like I want to stand up, I want to live, I want to get out there. And that's what I did for myself. I picked myself up like piece by piece, is what it is. And the more people showed me like, oh, we care about you, we're here for you, the love inside of me started growing even more, outweighing what's going on in my mind. And then again, my heart dominating and saying, who's in charge here? I am. You can overthink all you want, but at the end of the day, I hope you know that I'm running this show. And I love that. I love that. And I love the fact that right now I feel myself returning back to me, and I can see it in just like the way I'm maneuvering throughout the day, and I'm starting to write again, and the poetry is coming back to me, and it's not something that's so negative anymore, but something more impactful, something full of stronger meaning, and just not so focused on everything that's bad, but also focused on the good things as well. Like, you can feel bad, but you just have to know, like, as much as you face bad things, it's not always going to be that way forever. And, like, when it comes to bad people, of course, you guys are going to go down a bad route. But, like, someone like me, it's like, I don't go around being mischievous or rebellious. I just try to be positive. But, like, it's always like the kindest and most genuine souls that face like the strongest hardship, because again, you're being tested to see like if you're gonna turn sour. And that's what it is. And that's what I've learned from what I was going through, is that it's just another test. And yes, this one is harder than all of the rest, but again, it's just another test. You've overcame that one, you overcame that one. When you told yourself you couldn't pass, you did. And then I keep maneuvering, and I keep getting stronger and better. And that's really what it is. It's like the more the heart breaks, the fonder it gets. But the more you start to cherish it and hold it close to you, and realize again how fragile it is, and protect it even more. And that's exactly what it is. I'm realizing like I'm just like a freaking spider or something, outgrowing its old freaking skin. I'm shedding the old layers. I'm becoming an even better, tougher, stronger person than I was the other day. And again, it does take getting beat up for you to actually build up an endurance to the fighting and the beating that you're taking, for you to again build skin of steel. And that's what it is. It's like, don't feel so discouraged. And I know I can't say don't feel those so discouraged, because me just saying that doesn't make you feel less discouraged. It's something that should come of your own accord. But it's like, you know, I could admit, like, again, let it beat you up. One thing about me is I was never the one to try to suppress the feelings that are inside and like try to put it to the side and do other things to get that off my mind. But I know that my mind is in my head, and even if I use like drugs to try to suppress it, at the end of the day I'm always going to come back to it, because it doesn't just disappear, you know? Like, you're drunk for the night, okay, now you're sober, you're back to yourself. You're high for the night, now you're sober, you're back to yourself. That's why I said, you know I'm gonna return to myself, so let me just deal with myself, because at the end of the day there's no running away I can do, because I will always be here. No matter how far I go, I'm going everywhere that I take me. So it's like I just surrender to it, honestly, and I just allow the river of emotion to just let me flow down the stream until it taking me to the shore. And yeah, there was times where it got bumpy, you know, the waves, the current was a little unsteady. I felt like I was gonna drown, but you know what? I made it. And that's what it's about, you know. It's about the fact that you made it, and that you stayed, and that you're getting better, and you're doing better for yourself. And that's really what it's about, guys. Just keep fighting. Keep fighting. Guys, I'm living proof. Like, when I tell you guys, I've wanted to surrender many times. Like, many times I just wanted to throw in the towel, wave the white flag. I didn't want to do it anymore. I did not want to have to live like this anymore, or at all. But it's when you're on the brink of death that you realize how valuable and precious life is. And that's what pulls me back to reality of living, because I realize that these, well, feelings are just feelings. The same way my happiness is happiness, my sadness is just sadness, you know? And the same way happiness slips right through my fingers, sadness, yeah, it finds a way to comfort itself in that spot that's left, because again, the happiness isn't there to reign, so sadness takes over. And yeah, it just runs that parade for a little bit, but happiness always makes its way back, and it doesn't stay for me for the most part. But maybe sometime will come when it does, and I'm able to live a life that's just full of tranquility and bliss and amazing moments. And of course, again, you're not just always going to be 100% happy, you know. You're going to experience things like when you lose people, when you're harmed by people and people hurt your feelings, like you lose little pieces of yourself. But it's about staying positive and showing that no matter what you go through and how hard it is, you're not going anywhere. You're not. And no matter how bad people treat you, you will never stoop down to that level of negativity and be like those people. So keep being joyous, beautiful souls, honestly. And I'm telling you guys, it's not, again, what the words right now are just words, but when they actually come into existence, that's something else. But I'm telling you, all of your efforts and good deeds, they're gonna pay off. So just keep doing it. You know, you can't just be shown like this, like you did this, now you receive this. No, you have to wait for it. It's a process. Just wait. Just wait.